What about the Bruins? I'm interested in Boston because they're trying to hang on to it forever, and then they got injuries. Is the towel finally going to be thrown in on this team?
It seems like in Don Sweeney's press conference over the weekend that he was inching closer to waving that white flag. Not completely there yet. And also, like, the way this East works is you're one good week away from being in the driver's seat. I mean, they're 3 points out of 7.
But you still have to be good enough to be in the driver's seat.
And I get it. But when's Jeremy Swayman going to show up? I know they've struggled to score, and I know they've got roster deficiencies. They don't have a center. They're missing now McAvoy and Hampus Lindholm's done for the year.
They're top pair for like a half decade, those two guys.
Right, but I'm looking at their goaltending going, ooh, that covered up a lot of issues the last couple years. Now all of a sudden, Swayman's in the 800s, and he signed long-term. When will he snap out of it? Because you get a month of goaltending from Jeremy Swayman in his normal 918, 920 range, and they make the playoffs without blinking.
It's funny. Both of those guys, it was almost a full platoon last year, Ullmark and Swayman. And you could believe they were both great goalies, but the argument was you've never seen them win a number one's workload. This year, they're both getting it. Both haven't been as good. And maybe that bounces back next year, and it's just that everything's different. But you would be lying if you thought Ullmark or Swayman looked anywhere as good as it did last year when they were playing every other game.
Yeah, and Ullmark's been hurt, and Swayman has had to deal with the mental workload of being paid and sitting out and being that guy. It's a lot.
Potential there. Just looking at it here now, the final spots in the East. You got Ottawa with maybe a hurt Tkachuk. Detroit's doing its thing. Columbus is still in that mix. Boston, and then there's the Rangers who
look out.
Are they coming? Are they falling? It feels like it's a week-to-week kind of deal there. With
they reverted back to December over the weekend.
Exactly,
so
I think Detroit's 8-1-2 in their last 11.
But they're an adventure every night.
Yeah. Against Minnesota on Saturday. That was insane. They're up 3-1 and somehow find a way to lose late.
And both Detroit and Ottawa are facing significant pressure to get in. They both need to get in.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems crazy for a team like Boston. They're 1 point back of the second wild card to be talking about packing it in. But I just look at this number right there. Goals for, goals against, the differential between the two. Top three in the East, the Atlantic are like plus 47, plus 26. There's a plus 65 there in Washington, plus 36 for the Devils. The Bruins are minus 26.
The last place Sabres are minus 8. Like, they have a much worse goal differential than the worst team in the East.
Well, it's kind of like Vancouver for me, where you got those Demko being out. If your top D pair is out, that is
and regardless,
not going to have to just get better. He's going to have
a tougher environment.
Yeah, if you're getting 800 something save percentage, it doesn't matter how much money you're making.
Well, and I think you put a lot of chips in on a lot of guys, and it hasn't looked good all along.
No.
Right? Like, it looked like they took a stab at something that wasn't there. Oh, we're going to fill this hole. We're going to find Lindholm, and we're going to bring in a defenseman. And now
they approached the offseason as if the Calgary Flames games weren't available in video last year.
Yes.
Where they couldn't have seen Lindholm and Zadorov.
Was it 2 years ago? Yeah, 22-23 season.
Yes, set a record.
They had 65 wins. 135 points to lead the league and set a new regular season record.
Insane.
So I guess you might get sucked into that if you're
the 2 first-round exits.
Well, and also
that year and the next.
Bergeron and Krejci gone. Like, you can't overstate that.
And Marchand not be like
Marchand's good, not great anymore. Yeah,
it doesn't look like a great spot, and it looks like a team that you'd be smarter to turn the page.
Yeah,
in my opinion, but I thought that last summer.
They'll trade Trent Frederick. He's a guy that's getting a lot of buzz.
Yeah, the guy you want.
He's a U, and it's like, yeah, this is the type of guy that Boston would get into a hard negotiation with and find a way to get signed. But now it's like they just got to start recouping young assets, because clearly this core they're building around, It's not
Problem
their
is
year.
they kind of locked in on this stuff. Are you on there?
Yeah, like Lindholm is 31.
And how many years left? 6.
He's in until
After this?
2030.
6 years after. that.
McAvoy is fine, but he's 27. He's in until the 2030 season.
That's not a
Same with
problem.
Zadorov at $5 million. They've got him
Hampus is getting up
long-term.
there in age.
And I'm not
LC.
even. I don't know. Like
It just starts to look like a mucky middle team, not an elite team,
Yes.
because who are their game breakers? They've got Pasternak and McAvoy, but if the goalie hasn't looked like the goalie that played 40 games a year, he looks like a different goalie.
well, and who's keeping up with Pasternak?
Nobody. And so Pasternak's production goes down because he doesn't have a center that can distribute the puck the way that he used to get from Bergeron.
Pedersen.
Stop hitting.
Is that what it is?
Oh my God, that's full chips in.
To have Elias, Lindholm, and
setting up pasta.
Yeah.
Oh, baby.
Cam will figure it out.
Cam's not the boss.
So the challenge I face isn't that they couldn't get in. It's that
Should
Detroit's playing better. Ottawa is playing better, and I think is better. Columbus is playing better. Maybe they're not as good as the Bruins. And the Rangers are a better team on paper that have a game in hand and only one back of Boston. Like there's 2 spots for those 5 teams.
Swayman has to be phenomenal for
And now
them
you-
to get in. And
Now you're deleting 2 of their best defensemen. Certainly their best in McAvoy and their second or third best in Lindholm.
go watch Zad Dog.
Yeah, give
cruise
him some
around
more
as the
time. That'll be
number one.
great. Yeah. Swayman will be jacked about that. Oh, we get top pair Zad Dog. Awesome.
What did they end up paying him? The old
5, 6?
8.25 for Swayman
Oh, Swayman, yeah.
for all the years.
Yep. And then they basically, Ottawa gave the same deal to Olmark, who it's a bit of a Band-Aid when he has to play more than every other game, apparently.
He'll figure it out.
Probably.
Don't worry, guys. He'll figure it out. But yeah, not to go all in on Boston, but you Pasternak, Marchand is. I mean, he may stay, but still, he's
Comes across right now as a guy that's not comfortable.
super
Like,
loving it.
no, right? Like
No.
He's taken hometown deals his whole career there. And if he wants to go to market, he could find a better team and more money, I'm guessing.
wow. To me, he looks like a guy that misses his buddies.
The other
Those
thing
guys
is,
left, and it's a change, and
Yeah.
the room's different, and I've got to
Chara,
be the
Bergeron,
leader, and we got a
Krejci.
bunch of duds in here, and they're not working the way I want it. Like, it looks like a guy that's frustrated with the situation.
I wonder too about events like what we just saw, where you leave your team
Oh yeah,
and hang around other elite players. So life's good in Florida, is it? Oh, dude, it's the best down there. You would just talk to so many guys who play at a high level, who have their own unique experiences, and then this summer you're going to be a free agent. I don't know how those conversations don't take root.
Well, we talked about it a ton with just Crosby, McKinnon.
Yeah.
well, and if you're Boston, do you let him just walk? Is he going to free agency?
Oh, man, lose him for nothing? That'd be crazy. But yeah, maybe you have to because you're a point out of the playoffs.
What are you going to do?
You say, Brad, what do you want to do?
Yeah.
Deadline's 2 weeks away.
11 days today.
What do you want to do?
Well, they didn't wait till now to say that.
Exactly.
Like-
No, yeah.
You shouldn't.
We just haven't really thought about Boston a whole ton.
Well, and I guess the 2 injuries, if they've got McAvoy and Lindholm, you're still going, okay, well, I see something there, but
No, that's making them worse, right? Like, I for Marchand extending, sure, but I mean, it just tells you
For
more
him making his
they're not
decision,
gonna get in
yeah.
the playoffs this year.
Oh, they'll figure it out. Good luck, Boston.
John,
Yep.
Cam?
Donnie,
who do you got
Sweeney.
more? Who do you have more
Faith
faith in as a goaltender? Shesterkin or Swayman?
Shesterkin by a mile.
Probably the Russian, yeah.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to check out more of our content right here on the Flames Nation YouTube page. We had a bunch of great long form interviews. You can check out some videos we've done as well outside of the studio. And of course, if you want more writing or merchandise stuff, flamesnation.ca or nationgear.ca. Appreciate you watching.